Assalamu alaikum. Welcome, guys, to another episode of our 30-day series Ramadan lecture. It's hosted by me, Dawda Khan, and my lovely wife, Numso Kaba.
Hey guys, welcome to the discussion. We are super excited. Today we're going through 2 surahs. I'm so excited to learn more context about this. Learn more context about these 2 surahs from the friends and family that are joining. So today's a shorter session, but we're super excited.
Welcome back to another lecture of the 30 days series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of Ramadan.
I thought we were
Yeah, we're gonna do it, but so as we get into it today, we're gonna be covering
تكاثر.
ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم.
Perfect.
Okay, so it starts with, O your people, vying with one another to excel in multiplying worldly possessions diverts you from God and true values of life, until on your death you embrace the graves. Nay, you should never hanker after worldly gains, power, and position. You shall come to know in time that you have been chasing a shadow. Nay, again, we repeat, never should you misuse your life of probation. You shall come to know the consequences of it in time. No, never, if you only knew the consequences thereof, and with sure and certain knowledge, you will certainly see the very hellfire in this present life by seeing the sad fate of the wicked. Again, you shall most certainly see it in the hereafter and with the eye of certainty. And then on that day of reckoning, you shall be called to account for the favors bestowed upon you.
Perfect. And I'm gonna also play a video.
Okay.
So we can
At-Takathur, Competition for More Gains, is chapter 102 in the Quran. This Meccan chapter was revealed as a warning to those who waste their lives competing for wealth and hoarding it, and lose sight of the hereafter. Alhaakum at-Takathur, Competition for more gains diverts you from Allah. Hatta zurtum al-maqabir, until you end up in your graves. Allah then emphasizes that we will soon realize the truth. Kalla sawfa ta'lamun, but no, you will soon come to know. Thumma kalla sawfa ta'lamun, again no, you will soon come to know. Kalla law ta'lamuna ilma al-yaqeen, indeed, if you were to know your fate with certainty, you would have acted differently. لَتَرَوُنَّ الْجَحِيمِ, but you will surely see the hellfire. ثُمَّ لَتَرَوُنَّهَا عَيْنَ الْيَقِينِ, again you will surely see it with the eye of certainty. ثُمَّ لَتُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ, then on that day you will definitely be questioned about your worldly pleasures. A reminder to never lose sight of the day of judgment. There's nothing wrong with being wealthy and having nice things, but never let it distract you away from Allah and the straight path. Help us create more videos by visiting our website today and contributing to our mission and project. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to access more videos and content.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I think I should.
It's crazy.
It's crazy what?
It's crazy how I used to know all these surahs, but I forgot all these surahs, bro.
That's why you hear it.
It's like when the guys saying that, and I saw remember I heard a song being man.
Okay. Now let's get into the breakdown.
That's why we're doing this.
Before we even start, right? Do you guys did anything stood out to you reading this?
Yes.
The surah, yeah,
What's the first thing?
Let them
Yeah,
go.
it was similar to the previous one.
to the
Yes.
previous
Similar.
surah, yeah,
Yes.
it's very similar, yeah.
Got you. So I want to know what's the correlation between the two. That's one. Two.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what's the difference between the two, because the other one, so what was the first one? Adiyat, right? And it mentioned people being ungrateful and focusing on material stuff and not worshiping Allah in the matter that they should be doing, right? And this one is also kind of talking about, yeah, it's good to have nice things, it's good to have money, all the material, but do not forget to still follow and worship Allah. So that's very similar to the first one, but what's the difference? Like, what's the
Yeah.
difference? But yeah,
To me, the difference is the first one, it wasn't as direct as this one, right? The first one, it took us some time, and the horses and the war and stuff like that. So like you had to look deeper into that the first one. But then this one is pretty straightforward, right? And don't lose yourself in the worldly things. Don't forget to thank Allah, things like that. And we didn't have to do that much investigation on this one. So my follow-up question would be like, what order did these two come down in, right? Was the first one that we read, did it come down first, and then Allah notices that, people ain't noticing, and then he
They missed the
decided to be
message.
more direct, right?
yeah.
So that's my follow-up question to it. But this one is straight more direct. I don't have to do much research on it. I'm sure there's a deeper meaning, but I don't have to do that much research on it.
Okay. Good. Nisa.
No, yeah, I agree. And I think the one before, like, to your point, it gives more of a comparison, like there's a metaphor there. I also think the one before, because it compares like how you should be, right? It talks about the strength and the power and the speed of the horse, right? It talks about it covers kind of, here is Allah's loyalty and strength and all of that. And so here's how you should also be and reciprocate that back. So like it kind of focuses on what it should be, and then at the end warns you. At the end, what's truly in your heart and your heart posture will be revealed. Whereas this one focuses on like the aspect of what you're doing wrong, like and it continues to emphasize. It emphasizes, and it says, and again, and I'm emphasizing, it doesn't say, it's not necessarily, here's, you should have it like the covering of like, okay, with the loyalty and the strength, and this is what you should be exemplifying and reciprocating. It's less of, here's what you're doing wrong. Let me be very frank and clear.
Yeah.
You're allowing worldly things to make you forget about and lose sight of, the path. And when that happens, I think also what's important, like outside of this, when that happens, people start to, especially when it comes to money and power amplifies who you are and what you have in your heart. When you having money and power and you start to deviate from having a straight path, or start to kind of like engage in more sin and like have less of a conscience on things, it can also be very detrimental, because you start having a certain type of effect on people. You start being rude to people. You start, when power and money gets to your head, you and you don't have like a crutch to hold on to, right? That to keep you like grounded.
Yeah.
You start being even against your own family, against people that helped you to get there. You start being negative, or you start being like lost, so to speak.
Yep.
So
Yeah. For me, right? Like the difference between the two surah, like TAKATHUR, like it warn us, like against like material stuff in this dunya, right? And Adiyat like show us our gratefulness to Allah. So like the one, like, Takatu warn us, don't be in love with this worldly material, right? And Adiyat show us be grateful to Allah. And be grateful to Allah and the consequence of you neglecting your faith, right? And then even like Adiya, the Surah Adiya mentioned like the horse symbolizing the intensity of like the passion of like, what I say, running straight to God, and then Takatu symbolizing like we being alluded to the wealth, like the stuff in this dunya, right? And then like, Takatu being like us, like seeking spiritual growth, like growing in your spirit, and versus like, chasing like, the worldly stuff. And Idea, like just us acknowledging like our God being the one. So those are my differences between the two surahs.
Yeah. Yeah, that was well said. So I'm gonna read something here real quick, and then also I'm gonna talk about I think we guys mentioned the correlation too and the difference. So it primarily focuses on warning people against danger of becoming excessively preoccupied with worldly competition, particularly in acclimating wealth and possession, which can distract them from their true purpose in life and the remembrance of Allah. Ultimately emphasize the importance of focusing on the hereafter instead of the material gains. The name Takathur itself translates to mutual rivalry in amassing, highlighting the central theme of the surah. So, like, obviously, like the Adiyat and this one, Takathur, the similarity is the material gains and the lack of faith, or the worship, lack of worship in God or whatever. The difference is Mo says something which I agree with. Also, another thing that is very different is those people were in Adiyat, they were just, material gains and not focusing on God and worshiping God. And this one, it's not only the material part, it's the rivalry part. They're competing. It's not only about getting it, they're competing with others. They're boasting about it, they're bragging about it. Where that also can lead you to the wrong path where you're not focusing on what you need to be doing. So the difference between the two is the one is actually competing, even though he has more, he has a lot, he still want to compete for more and to brag and boast about it.
And when you're competing with without being grounded or with no consciousness of right and wrong and things like that, that competition can lead to the detriment of humankind, right?
Yes.
That competition can lead to the detriment of people that are less fortunate, people that work for you, people that like all the other people that aren't direct, like can be affected because your primary, like it's almost like the horse, but like in this case, you're not leading it full force towards God. You're leading it full force towards
material.
These things right here, and losing sight of what's important.
Yeah.
And I also think like you said something about
bragging and boasting.
No, you said something about the focusing on the gain, financial gain, rather than like also
spirituality.
No, let me see. It was something about distract you from true purpose in life and things like that. I think also like I'm very big on, being in tune with yourself and asking God and really understanding like what is the best path and what God has for you, right? And what is your gift and what is like your purpose, and really being in tune with that. And because I do think that when you do walk in your purpose, you excel and you reach harmonious what have I said? Like balance, essentially, right? And
so wait, not the guy. So what is that purpose?
That purpose is different for everyone. So to me, not only the purpose in the sense of like coming back to your Lord, but also focusing, like having your Lord help you, direct you towards what is meant for you and what your purpose is, what you're meant to achieve, all the great things of this worldly thing. But like listening to God and really kind of having that like because God wants you to fully live in this life and fully take advantage of what's here in this life, right? Like when he sent down Adam and Eve and whatnot, like, or when he created the world, for you, I've created the fruits and this, like, indulge in this world. However, keep focus in a sense of, and be in tune and have God lead you through the straight path, right? Al-Fatiha, we say it every single day, 5 times a day with Al-Fatiha, like leading me through what is my path and what is my purpose.
Gotcha. So when you do say purpose, the reason why I wanted you to kind of expound on it, because like everybody's purpose in life could be different.
Yep.
But is there, when you say purpose, there's multiple purposes in life that
I think there's a universal purpose in the context we're talking about right now. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm thinking.
So in the
in the context, what I was saying, I'm thinking both. Not only the universal purpose of being in tune and having God lead you through your straight path, but the purpose of what is your of what you're meant to also do here in this world.
That's what I was
and
asking.
Allowing God to also lead you through that as well.
So that's what I was asking.
So both.
Because in here you stop at the purpose in life and the remembrance of Allah.
Yeah.
So that's why. I understand that. So in this case, I was like spirituality. You said no. You mean so? Cause that's what I was asking you.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
Look at you being a reporter.
Yeah, I was saying being a purpose here in life because I wanted to get the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Because when you say the purpose, that's why I say, what is your purpose?
No, understand. And my response is both. Like remembrance of God, like Allah. If I have 2 job offers, help me discern what is for me and what so I'm remembering my purpose spiritually, right? The universal purpose that you guys are that Jen mentioned, and then the remembrance of God and all of that. But also the way that the way that I'm thinking about this surah in everyday life and applying it is also allowing through my remembrance of God and my connection of God, allowing God to also lead me through my worldly purpose of please, whatever opportunity and whatever is good for me, please bring it to me and bring me to it.
You got it.
Yeah.
The theme, the thing also about the surah is the distraction from the hereafter, which was also mentioned in Adiyat, right? The judgment day. You're gonna have to answer to the things, your actions and the things that you did in this world. So the core message is in this surah is the excessive focus on the worldly things that can distract individual from true purpose of life, which we were just talking about, who were engaged in boasting and their wealth and social status. So another key factor that I saw that I think it would be very important and positive for this surah. It also said that some scholars believe that the surah may have been revealed in response to a conflict between 2 tribes in Mecca who were engaged in boasting about their wealth and social status. So the reason I wanted to mention that is because, like, when you're reading a surah, at least for me, like, we're reading a surah not knowing that most of the surahs, there's a story behind it. That's why I keep asking, why this, why that? Because these things happen in real life, like in real time. And reading this, it will let you know that this is not something new, that it has happened before and it's going to happen after and after. So that right there lets you know that bragging and boasting can lead into a conflict between 2 tribes where it can get deadly or whatever the case may be. So, for example, no, that's not that. I was going to say Fulani and Maninka, but I don't think that's about like material stuff. Maybe that's just more pride. But just even that.
That could be part of it. Material could be part of it, like land and like that could be part of it.
Or just rivalry of people, right? You do certain things, you boast in a certain way, you attract enviers, and then we see it every day, social media, wars, like the ego, all of this, like it feeds into the ego of people boasting against each other and then feeling disrespected, and then boom, something can happen.
Yep. So I think that was good. I think what we can do now, I did have another quiz at the end, but that's
maybe we could take in the beginning of next time.
We could probably do that. So you're probably saving for making more. So tomorrow will be perfect. So closing now. So do based on the two surah, Mo, you want to say something like make a statement, like a closing statement, and Tantigina will go
Yeah.
keep it short, 30 second, and then Numso, and then
Mm.
yep. So how do you feel about the Adiyat and what is it? What is it?
And Adia and Takathu.
Takathur, yeah.
Okay, so for me, I would just say that both of these surah serve as a reminder that this life, this dunya purpose is not the material, right? Nor the thing that we fight for. Is just but it being like just us being mindful of Allah and the hereafter, like everything we do here, whether we go out all day on a daily work, we also have to show the same energy when we pray into our God, and don't be too deceived with the dunya, with the worldly material, and for me that's just the purpose of the two surah, and I feel like they kind of go hand in hand.
Got you.
That's what I. That's
Auntie, get up.
Yeah, kind of along the same lines with Mo. Just knowing that this is not it. This dunya is not the end all be all. There is a judgment day and there is an afterlife. So whatever you are doing in this dunya, just be mindful of that. And also a theme that I've noticed with this surah too, with the explanations that I've heard. The first one, especially with Mo's definition and the way that he interpreted it, made me feel like that one was more focused on the deen, like your spiritual deen, and then the last one we just did was more like physical and outside things. And I also noticed that theme when we were going over Falaki and Nas too. Those two themes. So it's been twice that I'm noticing that. So now I'm gonna look for it the next time we review the next two surahs or whatever, and see if that correlation happens. Because that kind of it might be a theme of the whole book. So just something to look out for.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah, no, those are great points. Yeah, essentially kind of what you guys said. I think with these two, the main thing, recognizing the, Allah's strength, power, loyalty, reciprocating 150%, 200%, and going full force as fast as, with the same power as a loyal horse, galloping during war. And with that force, recognizing and having gratitude for everything that you have is because of Allah's love, right? And mercy and all of that to us. And so the same way we have that force in our daily lives because of how things can directly impact us, right? With a job, if you don't have that same force, you can directly be impacted because someone can get let go, right? And that will directly impact the person because they then won't be able to pay their rent or eat food. But these are direct impacts, but then you're not thinking about the impact of not showing that full force in the hereafter.
Yeah.
In the bigger picture. And so, and even you having that job to pay the rent, to have food, is because of the love that Allah is giving to us. So it should be even much greater. So that's one of the main things that I really got from this. And I really hope, like, even during Ramadan, as we continue on and stuff, like, whether it be setting your boundaries and things like that, in your daily obligations, but really making this a priority, especially living in the West. It is tough to do.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's very true.
Okay, I might
That's
have a
very
closing
true.
statement. That was 30 seconds for sure. But now,
Mm.
my closing statement would be having the strength of the horse and the loyalty of the horse is more important than material stuff at the end of the day, because judgment day will come, and then you will have to answer of all the things that you did on this earth. So just be mindful of that. So yeah, that would be my closing statement. So yeah, thank
Yeah.
you guys for coming. I appreciate it. Auntie, thank you so much. Mo. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back.
You're welcome. Good
Yeah,
night.
wallah.
night.
Kasuka.
Thank
Yep.
Good night, guys.
and may Allah reward you guys. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, Amina.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Amina. You want to do our intro?
Yeah. Can you please keep it short? Like, can you make things short sometimes?
All right, fine.
I say sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes, everything can be long drawn out. Like just like I know more want to go to bed. He's been saying like he been falling asleep, so I just kind of want to like let it go. Like that's why I said 30 seconds. You did almost 2 minutes. But good. Like we're doing the intro or the outro first.
Intro.
Welcome back to another lecture of our 30 days Ramadan series. It's hosted by me, Dawda Kande, and my lovely wife, Numsukaba.
Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're covering 2 surahs. So it'll be really exciting and insightful. And we actually, live did some Islamic studies and really kind of dug in and to really understand some of the meaning and the context and whatnot. And I think I'm oh, actually, let's start over because I'm talking. Thank you guys for joining the discussion. I personally learned a lot, and I'm so humbled, and I'm so happy that the friends and family that we had joined were able to really kind of contribute to the conversation. I think this was amazing. We went through 2 great surahs, and we really delve in and to try to really understand things. And we have homework to do, right? This is a growing process. Like I'm really, really enjoying this so far, and really excited about this so far. And hopefully you guys can join the conversations too as well.
Yep.
We'll be putting all Ramadan long. We will put a link in
Our Discord in our description where you can just click on it. We just take you straight to Discord. If you don't have a Discord,
Exactly.
you can go ahead also and create one and you can join.
Yep, it's super easy to join. And yeah, we'll put the link in our Instagram so that you have it, and then we'll post on our stories exactly when we'll be holding the next meeting. So hopefully we can hear from you guys, learn from you guys. If there are any imams or whatever that want to join and help us, or even if you're not an imam and you know a lot of different things, or even if you don't know and you want to learn, join the discussion. Come ask the questions.
Yep. Yes, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also, yes, we also do quizzes at the beginning and also at the end to make it a little bit more fun. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join. Bring your friends, and let your friends know that we're going to be doing this all throughout the Ramadan 30-day series. So you're welcome to join. Click that like button, click that subscribe button, comment, and join us on Discord. We out. Peace.
Hold of your iman, don't give in to shaitan. Oh, you who believe, please give thanks to Allah. Allahu Ghafoor, Allahu Rahim, Allahu yuhibbul muhsinin. Huwa khaliquna, huwa raziquna, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allah is Ghafoor, Allah is Rahim, Allah is the one who loves the Muhsinin. He is our creator, He is our sustainer, and He is the one who has power over all. Give thanks to Allah.